Hi guys, today's deck review is going to be on the green Karnival Assassins playing cards as well as the purple Karnival Renegades playing cards. You can pick both of these decks up at Bmpokerworld by clicking the link in the description box. So let's start by looking at the boxes of these cards. Both the Karnival Assassins and the Karnival Renegades have a similar front except for the color. Of course, one of them is green, one of them is purple. And then these skulls here have different weaponry in their hands. It's also very similar to the original Karnival Assassins and Karnival Renegades design. On one side it says the U.S. Playing Card Company, Erlanger, Kentucky, and there are some skull and bones on either side, and then it says air cushion finish made in the USA, and again we see the skull and bones. On the bottom there's some design information as well as copyright information, and the back shows the back design, and there really isn't a lot going on at the top. And that's about it for the box. Now let's take a look at the cards. The back designs of these decks do look very similar to the original Assassins and Renegades. The main difference really is that they just made them all purple and all green. The only difference between the two is mostly the weapons that they have, and also the Karnival Assassins has a skull and a star in each corner, whereas the Karnival Renegades only has a star. Another thing about these back designs is that when you first look at them, they look like they're a two-way back design, but they're really a one-way back design. It's very subtle, and that one-way design is seen in the hats of both decks. Both of the decks come with a blank card, as well as a Big Blind Media ad card, and on the back of these ad cards there's actually a little bit of a prediction or reveal, and it says you will choose either the 6 of clubs or the 10 of spades, so that can be incorporated into a trick. And here are the jokers. So the Karnival Renegades Joker has a bomb and a knife in his hand, and the Karnival Assassins Joker is looking away, and you can see green smoke coming from his guns on his back. Also, one Joker in each deck has a reveal in the hat. Here's the Ace of Spades for both of the decks. It's the same Ace of Spades that I described on the front of the box. The rest of the cards in both of these decks are standard. I think it would have been nice to see some color changes in maybe at least the court cards, because these colors of the traditional standard cards don't really mesh as well with the back design and overall design of the deck. The two decks do handle similarly, so I'll just be using the two decks interchangeably to show you the handling. The finish on this deck is the air cushion finish, and the stock does feel a little bit flimsy at first, but it's not to a point that it interferes too much with the handling of the deck. They do fan well, and although you don't see a lot of design going on because of the thicker borders that they have, the fanning ability is really good. They spread smoothly so that when you want to have someone pick a card. They also have smooth and even ribbon spreads. They are springy for those of you that like to spring your cards a lot. They also cut nicely and have pretty good shuffles. The farrowing ability was a little bit hard for me to get at first, and it can be a little bit tricky to get the farrow just right. But once you farrow them, they do farrow well, and then you can get a giant fan with an interesting design. Overall, these decks incorporate the skull theme that we often see in Big Blind Media decks. Aesthetically, they're very similar to the Karnival Assassins and Karnival Renegades decks, with a color variation that's especially good for those people that like green and purple. I would have liked to see some green and purple added to the faces of the cards, but overall this is a very well designed deck and an interesting color choice. The air cushion finish is excellent, and although the stock does feel a little bit flimsy at first, it's not to a point that it interferes severely with the handling of this deck. It still handles very well, and it is a very interesting deck to pick up, and you can get it at bmpokerworld.com by clicking the link in the description box. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.